definitely should get the Giants fans' anger right now in Philly, and it's not Saquon Barkley. So we got to take the comment down. See, John, it's a certain Philly DJ here, Howard Eskin, who is on Twitter bashing Joe Schoen. Now, what he said exactly was a little bit overkill, I thought. This is what he put on there. His exact tweet here. This conversation between Saquon Barkley and hashtag NY Giants. GM Joe Schoen, I assume Saquon thought was private. Fact that Giants allowed Hard Knocks to put it out there publicly is a disgrace. What an asinine conversation by Schoen as well. Why would Barkley want to play for that idiot? Yeah, let's break that down for a second. You don't think for a second that Barkley knew that call was being recorded? You legally have to tell people that you're being recording them unless you're in a public space. Like, he was not a public space. Like, I'm not a lawyer. Don't get me wrong. Like, I am not. I don't want to pretend to be one here. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, and that's what I heard is that if you're not in a public place, then people have the right to say you can't record, and you have the right to know you're being recorded. I don't think that's considered a public space when you're on the phone with your boss for that to be nationally televised later on. So I got to think that. And Hard Knocks is not going to put that conversation out there. Hey, Barkley, I'm going to call you in a second. The camera should be on. Just heads up at that point. I just want to keep you up to date. So we just need to sign this release form as well for this conversation. Because damn well they got a release form. They're not going to put him on a TV show, nationally syndicated, just hope he didn't watch it. You know?
Yeah. Like, it's not like he had to sign the form saying, hey, during this time period that the Giants will be recording every conversation, everything was going on. Is that okay?
Yeah, like it's especially on a private cell phone call. Like, don't tell me Saquon didn't know. Stop. That's just really ridiculous. For those who may not be aware who Howie is, we're going to call him Howie. He's a sideline reporter for the Giants, for the Eagles radio broadcast, and also does a game day live pregame show on Fox's Philadelphia affiliate as well. Now, what's interesting is he seems to take issue with the way Joe Schoen treated Barkley. Maybe he needs to look in the mirror at how he treats people, and those in glass houses shouldn't be throwing glass stones right now, because very recently Eskin was suspended from all Philadelphia Phillies home games for the rest of the season after allegedly kissing a Citizens Bank Parks food service provider without consent. So, not a very smart move when that's happened recently, because listen, Howie, I didn't know who the hell you even were. Now, when I hear your name, I will not think of the Saquon Barkley, Joe Schoen thing. That's what I'll think about.
Is you being a perv.
Because that is a sketch allegation there. Again, allegation, nothing's been. But, that's a little sketchy sounding there.
Yeah.
I mean, if they banish you from the ballpark for the year, that's not usually because somebody said something and there's no proof or anything like that. That's not usually that's not a course of action places take the first time somebody says something, typically, either. Again, I have no information. I have no proof. I'm keeping this very legally free for us. I'm just saying, I don't feel like somebody said, hey, this guy kissed me and I didn't want him to. Okay, we're just going to ban him from the park for the rest of the year.
Listen, I get excited.
Yeah.
I get excited when I'm at the ball game and the person comes around and she hands me a pretzel and a beer, but I've never gone up and tried to kiss him.
He kissed me when I gave him a churro one time.
See, that's when you put the churro in his mouth.
But I'm just saying, I feel like that's not a thing you do. And I'm not saying he's been accused of that before, but I feel like that's not something you do for somebody you like and respect and believe wouldn't do something like that. That's the go. That guy's a jerk. He probably did do that.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Like, yeah. That's yeah. Just don't talk when you have that kind of stuff recently. That's just stupid. Don't be in the news. What's even crazier is this is a quote he gave last year on Twitter. This was last July on Twitter, right as camp was about to start, and he said, "Unfortunately for hashtag Eagles fans, #NY Giants have done right thing not signing Saquon to a long-term contract. Trying to move on from mistake they made drafting him number 2. RBs need to realize it's a mistake for teams to re-sign that player after a rookie deal. They always get hurt. I'm sure we all feel bad he will only make $10 million. So you just admitted that signing a guy out of his rookie deal is stupid and that they never works out and they get hurt. I'm just glad you're seeing
the GM that said the same thing.
Yeah. Like literally, that's what he just did. Well, it's like, well, he's an Eagle now. I have to defend him.
Pretty much.
And honestly, Joe Schoen, let me be honest, like Joe Schoen, I don't think liked Barkley very much. I think there was a lot of resentment between what happened with them last year trying to get this contract done. But he never said really anything negative about him specifically. He kind of took shots about his age and the carries and blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't like he was like, yeah, I don't want to keep Saquon. He's kind of a jerk.
No, I don't think
the one really... subtle shot with we wanted to give him money last year, you know?
Yeah, that was the only shot that I really was like, all right, that was a jab. But like what you're talking about, he was talking statistics. Like it's sometimes when you talk statistics, it's math. Sometimes math is not flattering. Like I hop on the scale. The scale works the same if I lose weight or gain weight. And I look at it and I'm heavier than I was yesterday. Like, It's not bashing me. It's just saying the truth.
I'm bashing you portly guy.
Fatty.
But yeah, I guess it's just the whole thing's crazy. So yeah, Howard Eskin, pipe down. Stick to your team. You'll have plenty of things to talk about this year, potentially that are bad on the Eagles, especially after how you guys finished last year. So maybe you should focus on that. You know. So all right. Let's get back to our Giants top here because I want to get done with the Saquon stuff because there was a little bit of news there for him. And I just don't want to keep talking about Saquon at this point. It's getting to that point where it's like, okay, we need to move on, guys.
Yeah.
We're like that ex-girlfriend that still like texts every so often to see what they're doing.
I can't believe you did this 3 years ago, but come on, really?
Yeah, exactly.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.